Well, there's a surprise. Making good progress, I see. What? You made it? All the way to the top, like? Eh? Ha ha ha! If it's that easy, I've got more building to do. Can't have a novice like you getting to the top. You're all right, young'un. I'm right on. And what do you want with a sculptor like me, eh? You're looking for the cran spinels. Ah, those old gemstones, is it? They've been out of my family for donkey's years. I've never even laid eyes on them myself. This is what I heard like. One of my ancestors put them in a... Ooh. This damn back. Always giving me trouble. Anyway, I heard one of my ancestors used them in a statue she carved. That's right. It was the pinnacle of her career, they say. Her best work. Where's the statue now? I can honestly say I don't know. You'll have to find it yourself, young'un. All I can tell you is the lady's name, if this whole block of mine isn't letting me down. Her name was Alexandra. That's about it, I'm afraid. Unless there's something else I can help you with. What? My son said I should pay him a visit once in a while? There's no time for that. If a novice like you can get to the top of my tower, I've got my hands full here. I'll just have to build it higher. The only way is up, as they say.
Wait, brave travelers. I am Alexandra. Many years past, I lived in your world. It was my hands that sculpted this statue. Let me tell you a tale. A forgotten moment lost in the great ocean of history. The story of the bloodline of the sages. I was born into the Crambartle family, a family descended from one of the legendary 7 sages. But my generation saw the legacy of the sages pass to the Albert family when I married. You see, I was the chosen heir. The blood of the sages has remained in the Albert family ever since. But that lineage was severed by a dark and evil power when the life of the latest chosen heir, Alistair, was ended. Nevertheless, I am an ancestor of the Albert family. So, I will do everything I can to help preserve the Albert family line. I want you to take the crayon spinels from the statue. I have no doubt they will be of use to you. Now, Jessica is the only one who can continue the Albert family line. I beseech you to go to her aid.
You disgust me. I didn't know you from Adam, but still I took you in. And this is how you repay me.
I didn't do anything. Please believe me, I was just feeding Leopold as normal.
What? What did you call him? It's Sir Leopold. Just who do you think you are? Has this imbecile upset you too, Sir Leopold? Of course he has. Such impertinence. No doubt the vile thereabouts put poison in your food as well.
Please, Master. You must believe me. I would never serve Sir Leopold poison.
Why should I believe you? If you want to prove your innocence, you'll have to eat some yourself. Now, while I watch. Not like that. On your hands and knees. And look like you're in That's it. It suits you, David. Well, Sir Leopold, he seems safe enough. Enjoy your dinner. David, Sir Leopold is as much your master as I am. I shouldn't have to remind you that you treat him with the utmost respect. Understood? Now, you're back. I apologize for my servant's unsightly display. So, what are you doing here? If you've come to report back, I'll be waiting in my room. Ah, there you are. I hope that little saying before didn't upset you. It's nothing unusual. I don't know why, but just looking at David's face makes my blood boil. Of course, I'd never dream of firing him. I have far too much fun being his master. But enough of that. Have you got the jewels? Have you brought me the crown spindles? Ha ha! You have! I won't have you bore me with details. I only care about results. Yes. Just holding them in my hands, I can feel the waves of magical energy flowing out of them. Yes, the crown spindles. Making an impenetrable barrier will be simplicity itself with these. That wand-waving bimbo won't stand a chance. And I expect you're feeling rather pleased with yourself. Helping the great Domenico is an honor. So, let me reward you. Very good. From this... Come. This leads to my... The book is called The Big
took you so long? That pesky wand-waving bimbo has turned up again. Did you find the big book of barriers? Yes. Now, let me see. Yes, the final barrier. I must be glad. What are you worrying about? I'll have it done in a flash, just before you go. Fiery foo and babbling goo. Now that you're...
I see you've ignored my advice to prepare a stronger defense.
Shut up! You won't get past me! I won't let you lay a finger on Master Domenico!
Domenico!
What's so funny?
Such a pity that you should die never knowing about your noble origins. I could tell from the start that absurd show-off was not the one. The scepter is all-knowing. No, I seek the chosen heir of the great sage Kupus, one of the seven who sealed away the Lord of Darkness, Rapthorn. And that, David, is you. What a pity that the one who should be protecting you is unaware of his responsibility. Fine. I knew I'd have to fight you somewhere along the way. Still, I have to admit I'll be a little sad to watch you die. impossible. No human could match the power of the scepter. You won't get away with this. Now, you'll see the true power of this scepter. Already it has ended the bloodlines of 4 of the sages. This town will burn, and every one of you will perish.
Get out of the way! Move! Move! You villainous fiend! Take... Well done. You did. I must reward you. Good. Then strike.
Wait! Have you gone complete? Oh, blimey!
Who is this strange creature? Tell me what's going on. Well, well. So, this girl is a friend of yours. And she's been under some kind... Oh, hardly a good... Consider it a... There won't be any, Wait. Where... He's gone. He must have been scared. David, go and...
Yeah.
I heard this story from my great-grandmother. She told me how her own great-grandmother was a renowned sage who came from the Western continent to be married.
A sage? What do you mean?
I didn't really understand at first either, but apparently, even though she was a woman, she was a master of sword fighting and magic.
Really? Maybe that's why you're so good at them too. Maybe it came from her.
If only. But I'm not under any illusions. I'm sure there's room for improvement with my sword work, and any real magician would think my magic's just child's play.
You think? Well, I can't do either. If you ask me, your magic's amazing.
Thanks, but it really isn't. In fact, if you ask me, I wasn't the one who inherited our ancestors' magic. I think it was you, Jessica. I'm sure there are abilities and skills that haven't yet been awakened in you, but one day they will be. And I can't wait to see you when that day comes.
King Trode. What happened? I feel like I've just woken up from a really long dream.
It looked... Don't you remember? You disappeared.
Yes! I do remember. I was being controlled by a hideous magical... It was this huge... The Lord of But I found some things out. Listen, I've got so much to tell you.
There's no need to rush.
Yes. Rapthorn was ordering me to do things. He told me to seek out and destroy the heirs of the 7 sages so his seal would be broken. Rapthorn once terrorized the world, and it was the 7 sages who managed to seal away his soul. They didn't have the power to destroy him completely, but they shut his soul away in the scepter and sealed it with their mystical blood. Rapthorn's curse seeks to destroy those sages' heirs. Master Rylus, my brother Alistair, Abbot Francisco, and the man from Baccarat too. Everyone who's been killed has been an heir of one of the 7 sages.
The plot thickens. Do you mean to say that the reason Medea and I haven't been turned back to normal is also to do with this Rapthorn fellow?
I don't know. But if the heirs of all 7 sages are wiped out, that's it! King Trode, where is...
You mean, come to think of it, I don't...
No, David's in danger. Whoever picks up the scepter will fall under Rapthorn's control. We have to find it. We have to save David. Come on, we must find the scepter before it's too late. Someone else!
It's Leopold.
Now, there are only 2 left. You will interfere no more.
Without... would be so...
Why, oh, David? Why has... I couldn't protect my ancestor. No. I must. It hit me the moment I saw. It appears I was. That is, protected. But somewhere along the way, if only I ordered my sir. Nothing can. Will you? I know it was my. Will you destroy that creature? Isn't. I know this won't. And. I see that the... Allow me. People say they thought I'm sorry to have to...
Wait a minute, Gov. It's nothing. Ever since we defeated Dulmagus, and I picked up the scepter, I haven't been able to speak my own mind, so I just wanted to say this now. I don't feel like I've avenged my brother's death at all. I don't know who or what this Lord of Darkness Rapthorn is, but we can't afford to relax while the scepter is still missing. I don't intend to stop searching until we've found that scepter and sealed Rapthorn away again. So, I guess we'll be spending a lot more time together? Sorry. Did that come out a bit strange? Really? Thanks. You're sweet. You know that?
Welcome to Dreamland, Sleepyhead. I'm so grateful for these chances to talk to you. And I'm so happy Jessica's back with us, even if Father and I are still cursed. Sometimes I wonder if we'll have to spend the rest of our lives like this. I'm sorry. It's just that I get so sad every time I think of Trodaine covered in thorn. You know what's strange, though? That you weren't affected by the curse. But I shouldn't be surprised. I always knew there was something special about you. Don't forget to take me to the spring every now and then. I miss talking to you.
I have some good news. I've just turned 18. How about that? I had grass instead of birthday cake, though. I remember the first time you came to the castle. We were just 8 years old. It's hard to believe we've known each other for 10 years now. You were an orphan, so you lived in the castle, and in what seemed like no time, you worked your way up to palace guard. Actually, I have a secret. I recommended you for the position to my father. It was a way to bring you closer to me, so we could spend more time together. And anyway, you deserved it. So, my brave palace guardsman, I'm counting on you to make sure I spend my next birthday as a human. I know you can do it.
It's almost too cold to bear. But if we don't retrieve the scepter, Medea and I may never return to normal. We'll just have to grin and bear it. Let's keep pushing on. At least moving might help us to warm up a little. I shouldn't have to put up with being in a freezing place like this. It's all Dulmagus' fault. Oh, but he's dead now. So I suppose it's that Leo what's-his-name's fault. I don't know. A dog of all things.
Oh, stop your whinging, Grandad. It ain't as if we've got a sweat on you, no. Just get on with it.
I beg your pardon? How uncalled for! I don't see why I shouldn't be able to say whatever I please. You've no right to talk to me like that. No right at all. I'm absolutely livid. Livid, I tell you. I'm going on ahead.
That dog over there's called Boris. He's the one who dug us out from the snow. What a dog. He's a lot more use than a certain king, don't you think? And he smells a bit better, too.
How dare you, boy? How could you say such a thing about your own master? Honestly, who do you think called for the dog's help in the first place?
That dog over there's called Boris. What a dog. He's a lot more use...
I heard that, Angelo. More use than a certain king, you say? How dare you? Honestly, who do you think...
Please, drink. This nook grass tea will keep you warm even in the bitter cold of this snowy land.
How terribly kind of you. First you save us from the avalanche, then you put us up for the night, and now you warm our innards. Now that's what I call hospitality.
And what's really amazing is that you helped a weird old monster like him in the first place.
You loathsome lowlife! You, of all people, have no right to call me weird.
It is true that his appearance is a little unusual. But when you get to my age, you learn not to judge a horse by its harness. And of course, I would help anyone who was in trouble so far from civilization.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but why do you live all the way out here on your own?
Of course I do not mind, dear. There is an old ruin behind my house. My ancestors have looked after it generation after generation. It is a family duty. But that will all end with me. I have no one to follow in my footsteps when my life is finished.
Really? It must be pretty tough living on your own like this. Duty or no duty.
It is comfortable enough. I have lived here since I was a child, so it is not a hardship. Besides, to live life is not to walk through a meadow. And from time to time, people get lost here in the mountains like you, so I am not lonely. And I always have Boris to keep me company.
Ah, on the subject of dogs, we had something to ask you, Marta. This will sound a bit strange, but we're pursuing a big black dog, and we heard that he might have been headed in this direction.
There's a good chance he may have come this way. Have you seen anything?
No, I am sorry. The only dog I know about is big old Boris over there. Sorry, I cannot be of more help. You should ask where there is a lot of people. If you go down the mountain and go to the north, you will come to a town called Irkutsk. Maybe someone will know something there.
Ah, that sounds like an excellent idea. Right then, chaps, there's no time to lose.
Oh, yo. If you are hasty, others will only be amused. That is an old saying here. One should not be so eager to go back out into the blizzard. The night is coming. Why don't you rest here? I am sure the blizzard will be gone by morning, so you can leave for Irkutsk then.
Yes. Wise words, my good woman. Very well, we shall rest here for the night.
Go north from the bottom of the mountain and you will come to Irkutsk. Please be careful on your journey.
By George! Princess! Are you all right? Were you cold in the night?
Forgive me, but I must ask you a favor. If you meet with a man called Marek in Irkutsk, please give this to him. He is probably working with herbs like I am. I would be grateful if you could give him that bag. Spasibo. Thank you.
Right then. Off to Irkutsk. Toodly bye. It seems we've arrived in Irkutsk at last. And that nook grass really is quite marvellous. I wasn't a bit cold, even in all that snow. Now we can stay outdoors as long as we like. Excellent! Well, I'll be waiting outside the town as usual. In you go.
Oh dear, sister. You look so beautiful when you pray. Too beautiful. Dear goddess, what should a poor soul such as I do, now I have fallen for one of your flock?
Confess. Even when you are racked with self-doubt, have faith in her divine benevolence. The goddess looks kindly upon those who take action.
Was that an angel? Oh, I understand. I will do exactly as you say.
anybody there? Help me! I am too cold. I cannot move. Help! The herb doctor of Irkutsk. I was gathering herbs here in this cave when suddenly some wolves attacked me. I panicked and ran deep inside. Then I got trapped by the falling icicles and could not get out. I am so cold. I have to find a way to warm up. What is that bag you have? Did you get it from an old babushka called Marta? So, she asked you to bring it to me. Can you open the bag for me? I am Marek. I panicked. What is that bag? Did you get it from... So, can you open... Nook grass. I knew it. Dobroi. This will be perfect. Normally, we drink this diluted in tea, but now I must take it straight. Ha! He! So, nook grass must always be diluted. At least it was not the powdered form. No one wants that up their nose. Anyway, now I am warm, that is for sure. Thank you. You have saved me, my friends. And she saved me too. Now I believe her old saying that there is no bad without good. But how could she have known this would happen? If you are going back to Irkutsk, perhaps we could travel together. Thank you. I am very grateful. If the wolves attack again, we are better to have safety in numbers. Have they been waiting for me? There are so many of them. Be careful. These are no normal wolves. Help me, friends! Why do they come for me like this?
Wait. He is not the one. I sense Sage's blood, but it is not him. There must be another. We must find the chosen heir of the Sage.
What was that voice? And what does it mean by the chosen heir? I cannot understand. It cannot be real. First, I must tell you about Marta. I did not mean to hide it. There was just no time to tell you before. She is my mother. I should be the one to take over from her. I should look after the ruin behind the house when she is gone. So, I suppose you wonder why I am living here. The truth is, I abandoned my home. And my mother, too. She is a wise woman. I wanted to put all I had learned from her to good use. But I could not do that if I stayed in the mountains. So I made my decision to leave, and I came here to help the people of Irkutsk with my herbs. And I should be happy, because I have helped them very much. But still I am guilty for leaving my mother all alone. Then, today, you appear with a bag of herbs she sent to me. I cannot tell you how happy I am. It makes me feel that she has finally accepted the choice I made.
That's what parents are for. We always try to take care of our children and help them out if they're in a pickle. But I'm sure you didn't invite us here to tell us your life story. If I'm not mistaken, you have a favor to ask.
Forgive me, you are right. There is something that is worrying me about my mother. You heard it too, that strange voice when the wolves tried to attack me. It said something about me having the blood of a sage. But that I was not the one. That it must find the chosen heir. Well, an ancestor of mine was a sage. One of the sages that sealed away the Lord of Darkness. Now my mother and I are the only ones left from this bloodline. So, if I am not the heir, I am worried for her safety. So, I have decided to visit her and see that she is all right. And this is where I must ask you a favor. Will you come with me? I am a little uneasy about going alone. You will? Spasibo! Then we must hurry. We should leave at once.
Excuse me, Dr. Merrick, but there is a patient here to see you. It is madness, drinking yourself into a stupor and passing out in the snow dressed like that. Of course you catch a cold.
Sorry, but I am in a hurry. I feel terrible. So dizzy. I'm dying. I'm dying. All right, I will see you. I have just gathered some herbs that will cure you quickly. I have no choice. Forgive me, but I must stay here for now. I will come after you as soon as I can. Will you go on ahead to my mother's house? I hope that there will be no problem. But please, go and see that she is all right.